This little device that you have here is one of the best creation for us creative professionals like you and I. But it's also one of the most frustrating things to use. It's frustrating because of this clicking and dragging that is so damaging to your wrist and even your whole shoulder right up to your arm. Introducing to you the pen display. Solution to this frustration.
Action!
What is a pen display? This is a tablet. And this here is a screen. So when the tablet and the screen goes on a date, get married and have babies, you get a pen display. And what's interesting about a pen display is you can see where your stylus is and it's interacting directly with the screen. The Huion Kamvas Pro 13 is made by this brand called Huion. It's an international company with a lot of products on tablets, pen displays, stylus, you name it, they have it. And what's interesting about this brand is they are famous for quality product and very affordable price, making people like Wacom run for their money. Check out their website, their array of impressive product. Listen carefully, this is not a paid review. No one paid us to do this. This is a product that we have been using and we want to share the good points and the bad point of what we think of the Huion Kamvas Pro 13. Good point number one, the Kamvas Pro 13 is really thin as you can see, and not only that, it's awesomely light because it's 910 grams only, but it feels really robust and well-built quality. Good point number two, this is a very cool tablet that allows you to adjust how high or low you want the tablet to rest on it. So I like it on high, and there's a little lip here that you can put down. This will allow you to put your tablet this way, and then voila, no longer hang your head down. Hello? Editing, what else? Yep. Go watch the YouTube channel. Good point number three. Clicking on your mouse once or twice or 100 times a day is not a problem. It's like clicking and dragging, and you do that a lot when you edit image or edit videos. So with this, what's really cool about it is that I can see exactly what I'm going to be editing. So you see those customizable button here, I can press on this and I can do things like example, scroll up, zoom in, right? And then I can just start editing. So I can go to brush size now and bring this down and start touching up on the beautiful Demi's face. And that's what's cool about it. Best point is, it's not that far off in terms of price when it compared to a blind tablet. I call these blind tablets. They're blind. You can't see them. They can't see you. Good point number four. You see, let me show you what I mean why I cannot use those blind tablets. Because you see, if I have my stylus, I have to drag and know where the cursor is before I can go to the eye. Now, let me show you what I mean. I won't know exactly where to go to without having a pen display. So, if I want to go to the eye, I may miss it. I cannot just go there. But with a pen display, I can exactly go in there and start doing all my work very easily without having to drag so much. So the hand and forced movement is very much less when you use a pen display. Hurts you less. Good point number five. Well, before I start my shoots, my clients require me to storyboard them. So I'm actually a storyboard artist more frequently compared to being a photographer. So that requires you to spend a lot of time being very good in drawing. I'm going to share with you having a pen display is going to make you an instant storyboarder. Do you need to storyboard or illustrate as much as I do at work? Then you're going to love this good point. Let me show you what I mean. So this is a shot that I took of Izzat, our studio assistant. So what I did was load this photo in and create a new blank layer here, as you can see. And now I can trace. So I choose a brush, pick a color which is black, right? And here's what I do. I start drawing now. Skill required to be a storyboarder, almost zero. So if this is too much for you, you can actually bring down the opacity. So once you have done tracing, close off this layer and you got yourself a mean-ass storyboard. In the coming episodes, I will extend the scope of this channel to teach you more about illustration and storyboarding. Let me see you do that shit with a mouse. Good point number 6. The Kamvas Pro 13 and the stylus comes with 8192 pressure sensitivity, which means that if you press harder on the screen, you get more effect and more pressure. Something you'll never understand if you use a mouse. If you use a mouse, you just have to do many times. And even doing many times will not give you pressure sensitivity. So what does it mean when you have that much of pressure sensitivity? 8000 over levels of it. Let me show you. I apply eyeshadow on Demi's eyes now. You need to be very soft and diffused. So I'm gonna choose an airbrush, choose purple color, choose a new layer. So if I press on this, so you can see it's very subtle. And it depends on how much I actually press. This is light, this is hard, right? You never get that effect with a mouse. Good point number 7. What I like about it is actually a mouse in the shape of a pen fused into a very beautiful display of high resolution. So it works with every software that you have in your workflow. I've tried it with Photoshop, I've tried it with Lightroom, I've tried it with the whole Mac OS, with GIMP as well, and they just work beautifully. There's no compatible problem, even if you use Windows. Good point number 8. The Kamvas Pro 13 is selling at the usual price of $499, whereas the Wacom Cintiq Pro 13, same size, is $799. If your maths is that bad and cannot understand this good point, I don't know what to say, except that I've got this to tell you. If you're watching this channel, follow the link at the end of this video, because Huion wants to give you further discount that makes this tablet as affordable as $294 US. That's a deal I've never heard of. Now compare the $294 of a pen display to another tablet that has no display. Makes no sense if you don't get yourself one now. Bad point number 1. One of the bad points is that, while I know it's 13 inches, the one that I got, but the icons and the sliders can be so puny. So if you're buying one, my advice, go ahead and get a 57-inch pen display. Then the icon will be this big as your head. Bad point number 2. There's a little bit of a bug in this thing. I'm not sure because it's a computer lag or anything. But let me show you this problem. I'm going to change the hue and saturation of this photo. Now watch this. As my stylus go near the pen display tablet and then I increase my saturation, nothing happens. This is particularly so if my stylus is near this prompt interface. If I lift up my finger, it takes effect. So every time I make changes like this, I have to lift up my hand to see the preview. Well, let me know if you have this bug. I'd like to hear your comment on how you solve this. Stop press. We reported this problem to the tech support of Huion. They responded and found out that the problem to this was because we were using a slightly older version of Photoshop CC and our old macOS El Capitan. They gave us a new driver to install for the tablet, installed that new driver, and we are all fine again. None of this problem anymore. So if you were to get this tablet and face this problem, you know what to do. Head on to the new driver download site, get the latest driver, install it, and you're going to be perfectly fine. Bad point number 3. The Kamvas Pro 13 is not a touch screen, so none of this action will work. So if you're used to using your iPad, so this may be a little bit frustrating of trying to do this initially. So you gotta get used to using this slider and these buttons here to zoom in and out. But then again, if you have touch screen, then you have to deal with palm rejection, which is not that fun sometimes. When you install this tablet, they actually give you an app. Double click on this. This is where cool stuff happens. You can start customizing your stylus, adjust the pressure sensitivity, and you can also customize the buttons here and calibrate the monitor as well. Bad point number 4. Okay, I really have to add this bad point, Ella. I know it's not in there, but throughout of doing this review, I find that this little lip that you have here on the stand that allows you to rest this tablet, it's just so little. Look at it. Oh, why can't we have it a little bit longer? Maybe I should go back and, guys, we can actually glue something here and make it like this long, right? So that your pen display won't fall off onto the floor, right? Bad point number 5. So this is bad point number what? What is this? Can't use without electricity. What the hell is this? Ella, what do you mean by can't use? What do you... I've got a point here from my producer that says can't use this without electricity. So that's a bad point. How is that a bad point? I need my computer to work, and if there's no electricity, there's no computer, so there's nothing to do. You just have to go to the park and run. Oh, okay. You mean that you need to power this up with an adapter. Okay, but it's not mobile, which means that you cannot plug it into a USB or use it on your notebook. Okay, this is a bad point. So you need to be connected to a power source, which is an AC power source, which means that if you use a notebook, you cannot power it from your USB port. So that's pretty much a bad point. So the verdict is got more good points than bad points. Listen carefully. This is not a paid review. This is a product that I use and I love it so much because it's so affordable with so many great features. So I thought I'm just gonna introduce to all photographers that have been bashing their arm and hand with those click and drag and hurting yourself. So I contacted Huion and I say, hey, would you be interested if we do a promo when I do a review of this product? And they said, cool. If you watch this channel, head on to this link and instead of $499, you can have this pen display at an amazing $294 US. So from 28th, 29th, 30th and 31st March, head on to this link. Don't miss out this offer because you are gonna regret. And light, clocking in at 100 shit, and it's awesomely light. 100. How many times am I gonna say 100? Oh hey, shh. Are you rolling? Oh hey, listen carefully. This is not a paid review. This is a review of a product. This is a pen. This is a display. You get a pen display. The shit you guys asked me to do. Happy now? Can I go home now? Good point number 2. Right, so you say it can't run without electricity. What do you exactly mean by that, guys? I don't understand. Right, what do you mean by, hey, it's impossible working with them, you get a point like this, can't run without. What do you mean? I don't understand.